Hello everyone, this is GL from GL Tech School. In this video, I'm going to talk about dictionary functions in Python. So in the previous video, I have taught you the basics of dictionary. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to loop the dictionary and how to do some kinds of more functions with dictionary. So in list, we can easily loop them. So first of all, I'm going to write the code. So x in cars, then what I want to write, I want to print out x. So here I want to explain a really important factor. For example, if you want to loop through a list or tuple, that you can easily do it. The reason, because tuple and list has only one value, like BMW 2020 and 20, like 2000. But the dictionary has two values. One is key, the another one is going to be values, but the list and tuple does not have that has only one value, so that is very easy to loop it. But dictionary has a different syntax and different behavior. For example, you can see it has a key and value. So now if you loop this, what you're going to get, we're going to print out, okay, I'm going to run it. We're going to print out all of the keys of this dictionary, not the values, and you can see that, okay. And but if you do this if you write this code for a list or tuple, it is going to loop through the tuple or list. But if you write this code for a dictionary, the dictionary is going to only, this for loop is going to print out the keys of the dictionary. Here's the question: how to print out, how to loop through the values of this dictionary? It is pretty simple. You can only type this codes, cars and x. Now if you run the program, this time the for loop is going to print out the values of this dictionary. Now I'm going to explain the logic behind it. Listen carefully. For example, if I write only the x, what is going to happen if I write only the x? It is going to print out the keys of the dictionary. But if I type cars and if I put inside this square brackets, this time if I run this program, it is going to print out the entire dictionary values, not the keys. This time it returns the values. So what's going on behind it? So in order to explain it, I want to access the single element. Listen carefully. This time listen carefully. Okay, I'm going to type print and cars. Then if I want to access the model, I can say model. So this is a single element access, and you can see, yes, the model is 2020. So if you want to access the name, you can type name. It is going to give you the name for you. The name is going to be BMW. But here in this loop, okay, listen carefully, this is the logic behind it. Once again, listen carefully. Okay, if you print the x only, it is going to give me all of the keys of the dictionary. So the x is the key. For example, this loop runs 3 times since it has 3 values in it, one by one. First time run, second time run, third time run. When the first time this loop is going to run, the x value is going to be name, because we know it, okay, it's going to be name. The second time the loop is going to run, the x value is going to be model. But obviously it's going to be 1 and 2 for us, but for computers it's going to be 0 and 1, because computers starts from 0 to 0. It starts at 0, but for simply purpose I put 1 and 2. Okay, and don't confuse with that. If you don't understand, just leave it. Okay, this is the logic. Then the third time the program runs, the x is gonna be cc. So this x is gonna be the keys. The x is going to be the keys of this dictionary. So we are doing the same things, like we accessing single element, like for example cars, and we are putting name. We are just directly type cars in it and passing the x inside the square brackets. So when the first time is going to be run, the x is going to be name, like this. Then the second time is going to be run is going to be model, the third time cc. So basically, like I said before, this for loop is going to run 3 times. So this is the logic behind it. For example, if you want to only get the keys, you have to only put x is going to only return the keys. So if you want to get the values, you have to type the x. So this is the logic behind it, and you can see you can successfully retrieve the values of each keys in it. So you can use this method. There's another alternative method for this, and this one is pretty easy. The second one is also going to be pretty easy, so you can easily use that method. So for example, the second method is going to be like this: for x in cars, and you have to specify what you want to loop. Here if you type keys, okay, this for loop is going to execute only keys. So if I run the program, it is going to be keys, okay, it is going to be keys. So if you want to access the values, then you can type values over here. So it is going to only access the values. So it is very easy. Like the only one change you have to put, you have to use a period over here, and you have to say is values or keys. So it is very professional one, not a professional one, it is a decent one. So if you compare to the previous one, that's gonna be a different thing. So it's the same thing. So if you get keys, so now what is going to do, it will get you keys. So you can use the same method to look for data in it. So it works perfectly. So you get keys, but you retrieve the values. So I'm confusing you, don't confuse by this, because when if you just think like that, okay. If you want to get keys, you can get the keys like that, okay. If you want to get the values, you can put values over here. It's going to retrieve the value, okay. So if you get the keys, that means you can access its element like that, okay. You can also put the x over here. The call is the index. When the first time is going to be run, the call is going to be named like that, okay, and so on and so forth. I think you can easily understand what I'm trying to tell you. So you can use this both method for getting values in Python. So dictionary, if you want to get a value in dictionary, if you want to loop a dictionary, you can use this method. One method is this traditional method. This one is going to be a decent one. For example, you can separate them like keys and values. So here's another important things I'm going to teach you over here. So over here, then I'm going to say cars and values. For notes, I'm going to type everything to you, and if I run, it is going to return the keys of the dictionary, then the values of the dictionary. The next things I'm going to teach is how to loop both of them at the same time. For example, I'm going to say K, key, and V in cars. So if I say K plus V, if I run this, okay, KVs in cars, okay, am I right? Okay, I missed one term, so it's going to be items. Okay, now if I execute the program, it is going to return the keys in it. The K is going to represent the key, the V is going to represent the value. So I'm going to say plus V. So if I execute the program, I believe it will work fine. So you can see name BMW, model 2020, CC 2000. The reason I didn't put any space between this, now if I run the program, it is going to be much readable, and you can easily understand. So the items, so here's we use keys to only return the keys, here's we use values to only returns the value. The item is going to return both of them, but you have to specify two variables in the for loop. The K is going to, you can put anything, you can also use key You can also use value name. So I just for the explanation purpose I just use k. You can also put your name if you want. Okay, and this is the basic logic. Okay, and this is going to let you access the entire element in a dictionary, and it is very powerful. Okay, if you want to loop through the entire dictionary, and you can use this method. So what we have learned so far, we have learned to loop the dictionary. So this is the traditional one. The X is going to return the keys of this dictionary. So if you want to get the values of this dictionary, you can use this method. The another professional or the decent one, I may use the long alphabet. Here's the things, vocabulary. I may use the long vocabulary. And here's the thing, it is going to be a decent one, so you can easily understand. You are only retrieving the keys here. You only retrieving the keys here. You are only retrieving the retrieving the values. Here you are retrieving the both of them, values and keys at once. But you have to put two values in it. So that's all about it, looping the dictionary. I believe I have taught you it in a perfect way. I hope you have understood this one. I will see you in the next video, and thank you very much for watching this video.